It was made by two brothers who cut their teeth on TikTok, but they're from Australia. And they made this movie called Talk to Me that was fucking amazing and one of the best horror movies you'll probably see in years. She's Gotta Have It.
The legend is he was selling shoes, he was selling kick sneakers, whatever. And he made money, and he went and made She's Gotta Have It. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen She's Gotta Have It, but it's
Nick
a
Cannon?
great film.
No, that's what Love got to do.
A woman who has multiple boyfriends.
Yeah, that's it. She's gotta have it. She gotta have an ass so silly crazy like god damn it. I keep it 100. That's one with the 2 zeros. I see you could be the one to send the 2-seater. You heard? I see that you the one that could be in the 2-seater. You feel me? That's a bar right there. I see that you the one that could be in the 2-seater. My boy Mikey rocks, man. I'm feeling I'll deal with that later.
One of the most amazing American films that stands, with Rosie Perez dancing in the opening credits. That movie announced itself, and Ernest Dickerson's photography. Later he made School Days, but then he made Do the Right Thing. His third film was one of the most transcendent, I think it was 89 that it came out. Yes. One of the most amazing American films that to this day stands, with Rosie Perez.
I'm the genuine article.
That movie announced itself, and Ernest Dickerson's photography.
This is gonna be big. I'm the genuine article.
I can still scare if I want.
I'm the genuine article. 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 You feel me? I'm on it. I'm on it. Do I not sound like that nigga? I sound like that nigga. Come on. Should be off. What the fuck? I'm the genuine article. I'm the genuine article.
Going directly to their audience. And this goes back to the independent film boom of
I'm the genuine article.
led into Tarantino and Kevin Smith.
I'm the genuine article. Yo, what's up? What the fuck is good on this beautiful Saturday morning? Welcome to the stream. Who we got in here today? Reveal yourself. Say something in the chat. Let's talk. How you doing?
Pirate's code. Anyone?
You having a good day today? You enjoying your Saturday morning or what?
I'll be your hero.
I'm the genuine article. My voice acting is crazy, ain't it? Please hire me somebody. I'm trying to get hired for South Park. I love their little 6-day rush type of fucking format. I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of something like that. South Park's going to be here forever. And even if it isn't here forever, the episodes that have already been produced will be here forever because they're so topical. They're so a product of the time that they were in a good way, as far as how topical they are, that I couldn't imagine a world where people didn't want to be a part of something like that.
It's a character study of one dude, and at the end of that movie, it's not the sky isn't falling.
Don't worry, I do not dawdle. Swift and stylish.
Trust me, I'm a natural.
What are you staring at? Why didn't they go back to make that film? Why didn't they make the second Captain Marvel? This is, I think,
As I go.
You like cars, huh? Because I got a really nice car.
Trigger quoted me saying, was that creators, the authenticity of creators is going to be what people AI is going to create stuff.
Alrighty.
It's going to
The thing with AI is that those who can create without the actual talent, for instance, I consider myself somewhat of an artist or an artiste, as I have created numerous works of art in my lifetime: paintings, sculptures, mosaics for senior citizens on the beach, artwork inside of parking garages. Yeah, that's me, nigga. I've done that. Me. Collaborative mosaics. You know? For old people to look at. on a beach. I done that with the help of others. And I'm proud of that work. That's the type of shit I want to be able to continue to do with the rest of my life. I don't want to be confined to working 9 to 5s and shit and being...
For the soul of the company. And the soul
Yeah, I don't want to be confined to that. I don't want to be confined to this fucking reality that I'm currently stuck in, where I have to work 9 to 5, literally, every fucking day, Monday through Friday, with these 2 measly ass weekend days off, where I can't really do shit. Yeah, it's a weekend, but my girl doesn't. She's not off on these weekends. She's not off the same days. She works through the morning through the afternoon. We could probably do something at night, but dog, the way the schedule is, we can't do shit at night because she got to be up in the morning. Life for some of us isn't as ideal as people think it is because they look at Instagram and social media all day, but life for a lot of us, despite our wishes, our work ethic, our efforts, is mediocre and bland and torturous and like a jail sentence. I hate that. My girl, I just spent $800 on her for Christmas. Yeah, I'm happy that she's proud and happy that she got all these different types of clothing that she probably never would have picked herself, which is why I had to do it, you know. She's happy that she's got those things. And part of her is going to be feeling like maybe I didn't deserve this, but she deserves it. The girl cooks. She cleans. She does so much. While all I do is fucking sit in the room and play the game all day trying to make this shit into a fucking profit. Even now, as I divulge into something so personal to me, those who view leave. Times are hard. Things are different. Life ain't going the way it should go for certain people. And for those who don't deserve, they get the benefits of those who put in the effort for them to get that. And it don't make sense, but it does. The same way that taxpaying dollars pay off shit that other people benefit from that you might not ever use, it's the same shit. It's the same fucking shit. It's the same shit. It's literally the same shit.
You guys.
Bro, how am I still googly bear? I just find it very fucking interesting.
Marvel could never make a movie like Iron Man again. First of all, man is in the title.
Disney could never make a movie like Iron Man again. First of all, man is in the title. That's a funny fucking joke. Chris Gore, baby. Formerly of G4. I used to watch this guy on G4 TV back in the day.
It's time.
All right, places, everyone, get ready.
You cretins won't.
What sucks about Disney is that people have this misconception, even I for a long time, that it was for kids. I mean for guys. I mean for chicks. Because of shit like The Princesses, because of all the female-led shows. But truthfully speaking, that's not what they were. I don't know why that's what it became, and for so long, like 20 plus years of it being that way. But that's not what Disney was. You think Walt Disney, this dude growing up in the age of Nazis and Jewish people being ridiculed and segregation and all this other shit, was writing stories about women being the lead characters? Yeah. He was more tapped in than these motherfuckers. He's tapped into the people, the general people. Working people will relate to shit. In the 70s and 80s during the World Wars. You kind of jumped the gun in a little bit with this kind of rationalization, but I do get what he's saying. They did sort of kind of. reality. It's real life reality. They're making movies where their ideals are the reality without acknowledging their actual realities of the world.
Thank you.
So it makes it so hard to connect to these movies because the characters are so disconnected from reality.
People that just don't have families, and by families I mean a traditional nuclear family, right? And they've lost the zeitgeist. And Rob, I don't know if you've had this conversation. Maybe it was you and I'm not sure about that. Hollywood used to champion the working class.
Yes.
Yeah.
Used to be a champion of
Eric
the
July
working
has not
class.
talked for the first
Whether it
40
was like
minutes of this
police
podcast. Yeah,
union,
we're at 42 minutes. I haven't heard the black guy speak. This is the open bar number 77, Aquaman 2, Rebel Moon, blah, 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 blah.
Sally Field. Like the working class. Now the working class are not just vilified, they're treated with disdain. Not just in content that is created, but also by the very creators themselves. The way that you see
I want a full circle moment where I can say, I watched this guy, now I work for this guy. And yeah, I work for this guy, but I'm also building my own thing. Because you know what? It would be a pleasure, it'd be an honor to work for someone like Chris Gore. It would be. He's seen things. He has knowledge of things. He's been in the industry since fucking G4. Gamer television. You motherfuckers don't get how deep that is. You probably only think about it in context to what it was a year or two ago before it got shut down horribly because of how terribly it was ran. And it was pretty much a money grab. Motherfuckers used it as like some weird political thing. Like, they had the Black Hokage, the completionist, that weird lesbian chick. Faust? No, Faust was the bitch that was getting shit in trouble. But she's also a weird lesbian chick. Not the sexy lesbian, the weird lesbians. Is that offensive? I don't care. That's my opinion. They can be weird to me. That's my point of reference, my point of my context. There's nothing offensive about it.
I wish I could be a character like this. I wish I could have these powers. I wish I could save the world. It's all wish fulfillment. But nowadays, I'm watching superheroes texting on their phones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I understand, but that's not really, like, if I'm reading X-Men, send me to the Mojoverse, or give me Longshot, take me to Asgard, take me in front of who I want.
Shawty, I could take you there. I get what he's saying. He's saying, like, bro, my characters are texting now. We're watching movies where the characters are fucking texting. Comics weren't like that. Comic book characters were not like
these aspirational figures doing incredible things that would inspire us to grow and become better and stuff. Like, yeah, we can't get superpowers, but we want to be
a
like
better
their
human.
character and person and stuff.
Aspirational.
Where now it seems like people don't want to improve. They want to be validated in their own selves.
They want to be
And so they
validated
bring
in the
all
way
the
they are.
superheroes down to be
Nobody
like
wants
us
to
becoming
be like,
superheroes.
hey, dude.
They want superheroes to be these lousy people to be like
Yeah.
they're doing the normal
I'm
boring
agreeing with
things
this
that
dude.
people do in their lives because they want their self-validation. And that's kind of what I'm seeing with what you're pointing out there, Robert.
I just think I'm not optimistic like some people are. I think this shit's gone. This shit's done. Like, it's like when we talk about Disney. I'm gonna be honest with you, because we talk about Disney and the
Now
the
Eric
lot
Gillespie.
that is kind of top to bottom. I mean, if we're talking about the comic book industry, that's what it is as well. And to be fair, I know people get mad at me when I mention it. It was always kind of on this House of Cards. Definitely was a big two.
Fragile, yeah. I agree.
It
It was always built in the House of Cards.
It's needed
The
to be
Marvel
subsidized. I mean,
Universe.
really, DC since its inception was subsidized by other companies, right? It just had to be, because with the publication, there's just not a whole lot of money going around, and their setup right now, such as like this whole direct market thing, it was illogical. It never made any fucking sense. And I think they're starting to feel the brunt of it. And this is why you have these comic book shop owners finally coming to terms with, like, look, man, I can't sell it because they're impacted by this whole thing. But to be completely honest, it was a charade all along. If we're being honest, look, the way that I word it is Marvel and DC, especially, they are effectively the sugar daddies of the comic book industry. They are the only ones that can sustain the law that they make. But you're kidding yourself if you think off of a $3 comic book for they're like $5 now, I believe, $4.99 for a 20-page floppy. What? Open it up, look at all the credits, see the amount of names that are on it, and understand that.
Bitch, get in this party. Z version. Bitch, get in here. Talk to a nigga, man. Don't be shy. Don't be weird, man. I've been following your ass for a minute. We gotta get Abby Elizabeth in here. Liana Flores. We need you to come to the front of the congregation as we have some questions to ask. Liana, please join. Don't be weird. I promise you it won't be strange. We just want answers. What the fuck is Biohazard RE3Z version? I beat that game like 3 times in a row. In like 2 days. 1 day probably. I need to know. What is the Z version? Come to the front of the congregation. We calling on anybody to join the party right now, to join the chat. Where the fuck are you, Abby Elizabeth? Ah. Ooh, I'm so jelly. Ah. Yeah, bitch, let me know. Liana, let me know, girl. I've been connected with you for a minute, bitch. I need to know. And no offense when I say the word bitch. God damn it. It's just what I'm from. You know, I grew up around hip hop. Jamaicans. Motherfuckers get called bitches sometimes. It ain't offensive. It ain't to be offensive. It's bitches endearing term, low key. I may not have grown up around pimps and hoes, but the lingo, the lifestyle, the beliefs, some of that shit is what I live on. Some of that is what I believe. So like, bitch, let a nigga know. And that's what it is. I don't mean that disrespectfully. It's just how I talk. And if you can't handle that, then alright, bitch, keep it moving. But damn, we just trying to have a brief chat with you, Liana. I want to know what the fuck the differences are.
You're the fourth hand to get on the book.
All right, Liana, fuck you, man.
The publisher to the
I know
distributor
you're
to the retailer to you, right? So you have all these guys trying to eat off of those comics. It was never sustainable.
I understand what must be done.
Completely honest, and now that you're starting to see the parent companies have as much trouble as they are,
limited events first.
I think it's just gonna continue to trickle down, right? I don't know. Look, I would not be surprised if Warner woke up tomorrow and they said, "Look, we either licensing this stuff or the publication aspect of our business is just gone." As they start to
I don't know where Hercules is. I have not leveled that dude up ever.
There's no
Stick with
money
me, you'll be fine.
over there. But the reason why they lashed out at the comic book shop owner the way it is that they are because they don't want to concede the point that maybe their ideological enemies were correct. The people that have been calling this stuff for what it was, especially since, I don't know, some crazy kind of happened in 2016, you know, and everybody fucking went crazy. But all different Marvel, that era.
Oh, wow.
Now,
I can't wait to tell Phil.
Calling it for what it was, they don't want to concede that maybe their enemies were.
I can go the distance.
People don't want to admit that. So, like Mark Wade said, he'd rather the bitch burn to the ground, right? Than ally with the quote unquote all right. But everybody knows what he means by all right is everybody to the right of Bernie Sanders.
Remember, a hero is only as good as his last. Yeah.
The issues that plague comics.
I got more than enough to level your bitch ass up.
All right.
Let's get you to 26. So.
I think people need to start coming to terms with maybe in the next half decade, a lot of this stuff is just going to fundamentally change, and most guys aren't making it on the other side. There's no spot for them because they've been subsidized largely by mega corporations since they've been around. And we found a lot of guys in comics, especially, trying to do the independent thing, and they're realizing, oh shit, I'm not the draw. They like me when I'm writing Batman. They like me when I'm writing Daredevil. They like me when I'm writing Superman. But when I try to do my own thing, I can't really I'm not really making that much bread. So this is a reality that I think people need to start making adjustments on right now, because I think it's an inevitability. I just really do.
And I'm all here for it. I say, that like burn it all to the ground because they don't deserve, to keep going if they're making crap.
It's always that tough one of, yeah, you brought this on yourself because if your attitude is so shitty that you've essentially destroyed your own industry rather than admit that you were wrong, you deserve everything you get. But the casualties along the way are all these characters and all these franchises that we grew up with and that we came to really appreciate and have an attachment to. There's the comic book industry, there's the media side of things with all the big franchises like Star Trek, Star Wars, the MCU, all that stuff. If that's the casualties of this ongoing war, damn, the victory is going to be pretty bitter at the end of it because, you've lost everything in the process.
I'll say this, I'll say this really quick. Best case scenario, they run it into the ground, and someone that actually cares enough about it, which is really what, especially with comics, that's what's necessary right now. You need not Zaslav or fucking Iger, right? That's really kind of the head honcho of your company. You need someone that actually cares about it to be in control of that property. Best case scenario for those that are like, yeah, this sucks. I like these characters. I grew up on these characters. They run it into the ground. If it goes up for sale and someone that has a little money that also cares about the product can get control of it. That is it's probably unrealistic, but that to me is the best case scenario.
Let's get down to business and the feats, the fun. I'll make a man out of you. Hey, Maddie, good girl. That water looks so good from afar. I'm like, damn, let me come down there and get on all fours and lit. La 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 la. Do 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 do.
All right. This is really something else.
Great stuff that has been made, right? And when I say insult, they actually want to try and
all right.
Characters like Luke Skywalker, right? That I would rather nothing ever be made in Star Wars again. It's going to say, these great legacy characters were desecrated by these people that hate the properties, hate the fans. And so that's why I'm like, let it all burn down. We've got the classic great stuff that we can enjoy for the rest of our lives, rather than seeing it just continually be raped on the altar of ideology.
That's what's kind of amusing that you're like, I hope we can stop him from ruining Luke further, and they're like, don't worry, we'll make a Rey movie. You're like, yeah, okay, go for it. Yeah, make your Rey movie. I was wanting to talk a little bit about Aquaman 2, which has just come out. Just before I do, I wanted to read out just one or two little super chats that came in. One was from George the Giant Slayer. It was for $100.
Do 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 do. Yeah, nah, bro. What the fuck am I looking at, nigga? Y'all seeing me on stream and I'm seeing some demon, bro. Unfollow, nigga. About to make me throw up on camera. Shit. What the fuck going on? I be shitting on people on my fucking Twitter and Facebook, man. I be seeing shit and just making posts about it. Like, this bitch hyping up some New Balances. That's my bro's little sis. She hyping up some New Balances because her man got them. But I'm like, bro, they some plain Jane New Balances. All white. And they New Balances. No, bitch. No. No. I get it. I'll be like, yo, thanks, baby, or some shit. But I would not be hyping them up like they are the shoes to be hyping up. Like, nah, bro. Them some plain Janes, bro. Them some plain Janes. I'm a dickhead. I get it, man. I'll be asshole, but it's funny, man. You gotta call people out. Call me out. I be bullshitting too. Like, come on, bro. I'm trying to be a streamer. This shit ain't working out for real, for real. But I think it's just a case of timing and placing. Like, I'm not really putting things in the right places. I'm not really making the right motions. But when I get on people who do find me and connect with me and see what I'm saying and doing what I'm doing, they be like, I get it. Or they be like, I rock with you. So I know I could take it to the top. I know I'm top tier. I know I could be number one. I know I could be bigger than Kaisina. I don't want to say better, but I could be bigger than Kaisina. Will I be doing as much shit? Will I be doing jail streams? No, but I'll be having real ass conversations with real ass relatable perspective. I come from a real place. Like Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, Chesapeake, Norfolk. Some gutter ass fucking places, man. Yeah, they got nice ass areas, but there's some gutter ass places. When you go to the gutter there, you in the gutter, bro. You in the fucking toiletry pipeline. Like, it ain't even a gutter no more. Like, it gets gritty. It gets crazy out there. I just don't understand. I don't understand.
Like you say, it's pretty honest about.
I'll prove I'm not just another chariot chaser. All right.
She enjoys, and she's not this invincible character who just beats everyone in her path. Like, she gets fucked up in the course of this show. Like, she gets stabbed, strangled, shot, knocked unconscious multiple times. Like, and she needs help from other people at times. That's a protagonist going on a journey.
I prefer to be called.
Yeah,
Hang the code and hang the rule.
I will do my best.
It's just funny. It's so counterintuitive. Like, a lot of writers who are afraid to give women flaws or have to go through difficult things. It's like, it's really easy to endear someone who has taken a beating and refuses to get up. It's one of those obvious things. It's just like, yeah, it feels like we're in a writing 101 thing. It's just like, when someone is an underdog and they keep fighting.
I'm in the zone today.
I won't go easy on any of you.
I think I might enjoy this.
What I mean is that I was just gonna say that one of the things reality.
My boy said, if you pick a brawler, you got an advantage. He said, all the classes are OP in their own way. I see what homie was saying.
Of their own
I get him.
their own whatever into their stories, but what they're forgetting is the real world. The actual physics of the real world, the way the real world works, how people
Bitch,
market.
you trying to sell some shit to your homie? You trying to turn me into a customer for your homie, bitch? I see how you look, allegedly. I'm not interested in what your fucking homie's selling in terms of fucking a Resident Evil. If anything, I'd be more interested in what the hell she got going on, but... Man, bitch, what are you doing? You got this big ass following on Xbox. What are you outside of Xbox? Are you more than this? Are you a content creator? Who are you? How do I have you? And I have you probably because your looks alone. Is that wrong? Maybe to an extent. Doesn't mean that I'm trying to act upon some crazy urge. But I do like beautiful people. Particularly women. Too sexist to do existence, goddamn. The in-betweeners, which is what we gonna call them. Motherfuckers who think they go ponies and squids and whatever the fuck they think they are.
Populist. But how if you were to do that? Say like, not friendly. Not just I think
Who's doing tricks like
himself would make that film now. Like, probably not. Like, he's not the James Cameron that he was. But the reality is that movie works.
that isn't bad.
Extended vision when you see her cry. Yeah, she was supposed to be back for her birthday. When you realize she lived 57 years old. Ripley was hilarious. The whole mother and daughter playing off, that is so powerful. And that underlies that whole film.
I can't really get. I'm not really making that much bread. So this is a
What the hell?
People need to start
Hey,
making adjustments
where you at, Manny?
right now.
All right, man.
It's an inevitability. I just really do.
And I'm all here for it. I say, that, like, burn it all to the ground because they deserve, to keep going.
My car sport.
It's always that tough one of, you focus on yourself, your attitude, it's so shitty that you've essentially just straight rather
I rewinded it so I could see what he's talking about when it came to Alien and Ripley and her daughter.
franchises that
Thank you.
appreciate attachment to.
He's like screaming at us and fucking rude and
There's
everything.
the media side of things with all the big franchises like Star Trek, Star Wars, MCU, all that stuff.
For me?
If that's the casualties of this ongoing war, like, damn, the victory is going to be pretty bitter at the end of it because, like, you've lost everything in the process.
I'll say this.
Yeah, all right.
But I'll say this really quick. Best case scenario, they run it into the ground, and someone that actually cares enough about it, which is really what, especially with comics, that's what's necessary right now. You need not Zaslav or fucking Iger, right? That's really kind of the head honcho of your company. You need someone that actually cares about it to be in control of that property. Best case scenario for those that are like, yeah, this sucks. I like these characters. I grew up on these characters. They run it into the ground, it goes up for sale, and someone that has a little money that also cares about the product can get control of it. That is it's probably unrealistic, but that to me is the best case scenario out of this. That's the absolute best case scenario.
For me,
Sorry, on you go.
okay, well, the consolation for me, right, is that if everything burns down, we still have the classic great stuff that was made. That's going to be timeless. All right, they tried to desecrate Indiana Jones with this recent film. I'll never have to watch it again. To me, it doesn't exist. But I've got the classic Indiana Jones films that I can enjoy for my whole life, show my kids, and part of me. Thinks like it would be nice to get continual stuff in the properties. Like wouldn't it be great to have a new Star Wars film that would be actually good? Yet I'm at a point right now where the stuff that people are making is such an insult.
You can trust me.
I hope I get to visit new places.
And when I say insult, they actually want to try and assassinate the legacy of these characters like Luke Skywalker, right? That I would rather nothing ever be made in Star Wars again if it's going to save, these great legacy characters from being desecrated by these people that hate the properties, hate the fans.
I always come to
And so
win.
that's why I'm like, yeah, let it all burn down. We've got the classic great stuff that we can
Don't
enjoy
worry,
for the
I'm
rest of our
always.
lives.
Looks like I'm up.
Rather than
It's not
seeing
itchy,
it just
is it?
continually be raised on the altar of ideology.
That's what's kind of amusing.
Wow, really?
Stop ruining Luke further, and they're like, don't worry, we'll make a Rey movie.
Fascinating.
Yeah, okay, go for it. Yeah, make your Rey movie.
It's not itchy,
I was wanting to
is
talk
it?
a little bit about Aquaman 2, just before I do it.
Wow, really?
One was from George the Giant Slayer for $100. He said,
It's
all
not
hail
itchy,
Drinker.
is it?
Well, for the holidays. Thank you very much, man. Also, many thanks for the incredible review.
Fascinating.
Blue Eye Samurai just finished it. What a beautiful series. Yeah, I'm glad you
It's not
enjoyed it, man.
itchy, is it?
I certainly did. He says, Merry Christmas to Drinker, Muller, Chris, Eric,
Fascinating.
Muller, and Shad. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, Blue Eye Samurai took me by surprise. I very much enjoyed it, and I would recommend it to anyone.
I've been hearing good things. I've seen the first 3 or 4 episodes, and yeah, I think it's pretty good so far. I've been told that it even ramps up after that. So
Yeah, it's proof positive as well. You can have a strong female lead as your protagonist, and they can be good, and they can actually be allowed to make mistakes occasionally and have flaws and an interesting personality and an interesting backstory that explains why they are who they are. It's crazy, I know, and this came from Western writers as well. Like, it's it's a joint.
How the fuck is Anders in?
I think the French studio did most of the artwork on it, and then the American guys did the writing and voice acting side of things.
One of
but
the
it can work.
one of the things that intrigued me about the episodes that I saw is that they're actually showing this character that she needed to sacrifice.
Motherfuckers be just like me, dog.
Yeah.
My girl Maya hopped on. I fuck with Maya too, man. Maya's cool as fuck, man, but she be acting. She got her wall up. I could tell every time I be talking to her. She got a wall up. She don't be truly as open. It's crazy to me that she plays fucking. Yeah, it's crazy to me that she plays some of the shit that she plays. Like 2K, I'd be like, what are you doing? Wasting your time on that. Turn that shit off. But if she playing 2K, it's more than likely because of niggas. I don't even think bitches that play or like basketball in real life would ever actually play 2K more than like single players. So it has to be a nigga in that case. If a girl logs on to Xbox, they're not going out their way for 2K in most cases, so I have to assume.
Absolutely fucked up in the course of this show. Like, she gets stabbed, strangled, shot, knocked unconscious multiple times. Like, and she needs, she needs help from other people at times. That's a protagonist going on.
Created by these people that hate the properties, hate the fans. And,
I won?
And so that's why I'm like, let it all burn down. We've got the classic great stuff that we can enjoy for the rest of our lives, rather than seeing it just continually be raped on the altar of ideology.
Man, my boy, when he heard that R word, he started laughing. Yeah, because niggas know, man, certain words you can't just be saying, bro. You pay attention to this shit, bro. You know what can and can't be said. And that nigga Eric July, he heard the word, the R word.
I was wanting to talk a little bit about Aquaman 2, which has just come out. Just before I do, I wanted to read out just one or two little super chats that came in. One was from George the Giant Slayer.
No problem.
He said, "All hail drinker. Here's a bottle for the holidays." Thank you very much, man. Also, many thanks for the incredible review of Giant Samurai.
This will be interesting.
Series.
You don't know that.
How does this thing work again?
He says, "Merry Christmas to Drinker, Mama, Chris, Eric, Robert, and Chad."
Yeah.
Thank you very much, man. Blue Eye Samurai really took me by surprise. I very much enjoyed it, and I would recommend it to anyone.
I've been hearing good things. I've seen the first 3 or 4 episodes, and I think it's pretty good so far.
I have to point out that it's pretty ironic that white guys say they like an anime about a white guy. It's pretty fucking hilarious in itself. There's something ironic about that. Pretty good. French American joint effort. Americans wrote most of the story. The French did most of the animation. I like that. Seems like a good project. I might have to check out Blue Eye Samurai, but it is fucking funny.
It's all you, Sven. Let's see.
Yeah. So they're like in Broncos, or they're fucking basically slaves or whatever.
Go get him, buddy.
I definitely pressed it in charge.
She's not this invincible.
I could use a lift.
Minecraft's hair is very much has some type of motion to it.
Strangled, shot, knocked unconscious multiple fight, so she needs, she needs help. She'll be qualified for that. So, journey.
Yeah!
Yeah, it's funny how that views. So, whatever you say.
I might cry.
It's just funny. It's so counterintuitive. Like a lot of writers who are afraid to give women flaws or have them go through difficult.
Ice is my life.
It's really easy to deal with someone who has taken a beating and continues to get up. It's one of the most obvious things ever. It's just like it feels like we're in a writing 101 thing. It's just like when someone is an underdog and they keep fighting, we automatically like them. It's just like a cheat code.
Hero's journey.
Yeah.
One of the things that
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say that one of the things people have forgotten is reality. And, we watch these stories where how everybody wants to put their own perceptions of their own ideology or their own whatever into their stories. But what they're forgetting is the real world. The actual physics of the real world, the way the real world works, how people are constructed.
Looks like
I find it such a weird thing that, like, if you look at James Cameron's Aliens, one of the great things about that movie is Ripley's power in that film comes from her femininity. Literally comes from her ability to create life. She was a mother and died when she was and her entire motivation with finding Newt, and then she ends up confronting another mother, the alien queen, and so you're dealing with two feminine entities that their strength is derived from something, their femininity. Men can't have this. Men don't have this strength. Their literal femininity that only they as women, it's a power that only they possess. Motherhood, the creation of life. And nowadays, Cameron knew what he was doing. Cameron's a populist, but now if you were to do that, people would say, like, well, not just Ripley can give birth, and not just the alien queen.
I think even Cameron himself wouldn't make that film now.
Like, probably not.
Like, he's not the James Cameron that he was 30 years ago.
But the reality is that movie works so well, especially to the extent that you see her cry.
Reindeer coming through.
Realize she lived 57 years. Wow. The whole connection playing off of that is so powerful.
Oh!
And you see these
It's all you, Sven!
No matter what sex. Well, Rob, we live in California. I'm just saying, when you watch the other different species square off. I was going to say it's about this, like,
Oh, yeah!
Good thing you got far ahead of us.
So, this episode 6. What you guys do, she's sick.
Here goes.
Describe it as where she's been taken from Adam. She's the main character.
I could use a lift.
Situation, and
What?
But she has a broader view of the situation, and she knows that if I rescue her, this guy's gonna just go for revenge, and he's gonna take it out on the brothel with all the other girls there. And yeah, the show does not fluctuate. The main character. And I think that's the thing I about this show. It does all the she does pretty fucking work.
Flawless!
Decision that she made, and then you have to wonder, well, perhaps she could have done the right thing after all.
It's not Is it?
What her end goal was, and I think there's a real moral ambiguity with a lot of the characters in this.
Looks like I'm up.
Appreciate, and again, you don't see it very often.
Time for a new adventure.
Particularly with female leads, they have to be portrayed.
Warning! Genie's in mirror may be close.
Did you know snowmen are naturally aerodynamic?
Hey, is this a starting line or a mosaic?
Law says I must.
Time to slide! Hands up!
Hey,
Here it goes!
Look, I mean, obviously, you haven't seen it. Shocked. You see the wipes. You see characters. You see shocked.
Snowmen are naturally aerodynamic?
I think from Nigeria, called African Kung Fu Nazis. Let me tell you, I have the German media book of this film that was made for not a lot of money.
I can't wait to feel the wind through my twigs.
And if you want to see something funny and
awesome,
look for the trailer for African Kung Fu Nazis.
Hold on tight.
Reverend Blake, how are you doing? What's cooking? Ugly looking Thaddeus Denias. What's up? How's everybody doing?
Oh yeah.
I myself, I'm just chilling. I'm a little hungry. I might make some food in a little bit. Maybe some like breakfast sausage, egg, slap it on a bagel, you know. Where were you guys at when I was talking up a storm? I was just talking my ass off, man. But yeah, I'm just chilling right now. Just doing some Speedstorm challenges before I switch over to some more serious games. So don't mind me playing my kid game, you know. The stream's going pretty good. Please don't ask me about checking your art portfolio. I just can't, man. I just can't do that right now. I hope everyone's having something really nice prepared. New Year's, Thaddeus, thanks for stopping by. Hey, no hey, what you heard? What you talking about, though? Who's hating on what? Let me know. Shit. Maddie, Kratos. Come here, Maddie. Bad girl. No. She looked like she having fun messing with them little fucking dogs. What a people connected with Wally, and he's a robot. Ironically enough, Wally is in this game now.
This is the best day of my life.
There was a great quote that I saw about, it was related to Lord of the Rings, but it was talking about the
Wasn't that an Olaf challenge? Did I just get a beast reward for an Olaf thing?
original trilogy
I did.
versus something like Rings of Power, and the distinction was great because they said Hollywood used to depict heroic
Very
actions.
nice.
Now
Hi,
they
I'm
depict
Olaf,
heroic
and I like
identities.
warm hugs.
And I just thought that is the perfect summation of their thought process behind all of this. It
This'll be
totally
so
nails it.
much fun.
It's like you.
Hi, I'm Olaf.
You won't be disappointed. You can trust me.
No, that was pretty much it.
I can still scare if I want
I just want to point out that
Hold my calls.
Godzilla minus
Got
one
a
is such
race
a
to
hit.
win.
In Japan, they're
It's
releasing
not
it
itchy,
again,
is it?
but it's Godzilla minus one minus color, and it's a black.
Wow.
In
Really?
our, Twitter conversation, link to trailer
It's not
that just
itchy,
came out,
is it? Piece of cake.
It looks spectacular. I mean, it's
You will all get what's coming.
I practiced a lot for
Okay, on 3. 1, 2.
Make way.
18,000 shows.
What?
Exact.
Here's nothing. Take it easy. Gotcha. Hello? I could use a lift. Phew. Yeah, okay. Reindeer coming through. Going for it.
You Hakusho.
I could use a lift.
He loves it. I love to hear it.
Phew.
I've never seen it, but man, this show fucking kicks ass.
Yeah. Phew. It's all you, Sven. Oh. I might cry.
You see a little bit of the trailer that Chris referenced, because I've got it here. I can show you just a little, because I don't know if it's going to, like, hit you.
Reindeers are better than people, but on it.
I love that woman.
So Nigerian.
Does this thing have a cup holder?
They've doomed themselves already.
Okay, on 3. 1, 2. Got it.
Really?
Here goes. A little help here. Okay.
Wow. I'm unstoppable.
Sweet. Oh. Whoa! Oh. Oh yeah! Phew. Yeah! Oh! Oh! It's all you, Sven! That was amazing.
Interplay between him and his brother is okay. Like that's really the main thrust of it. So just to give you context, like Black Manta from the first film is back. He's taken down the man, and so he uncovers this ancient device.
Wow! Really?
And it's found because global warming. And behind it is like a link to like this evil ancient power that tried to like take over Atlantis, and so he wants to like release all of his people. And, like,
Ice Master and Deliverer at your
sealed away for
service.
centuries.
Looks like I'm up.
Just
so
watch the
he's
hat,
able to,
okay?
like, communicate through,
Huh, Rod,
through
diggity
this
dog.
trident,
Okay.
this evil device with Black Manta. Give him like more knowledge, give him more powers to fight. And
go.
turn he wants to be released.
Everybody ready to eat my
Quick question. Where am I and what am I doing?
Burn off some chemical the humanity and store away the equivalent of soldiers. He planet there's enough.
Do you just love snow? There it goes!
You might have kind of spoken before, but I'll give you she barely speaks. She is intrigued. Black Manta. She's you know, she's that's like 6 lines of work. Just really the other thing is, yes.
Everybody fly!
Some urinates and stuff. This movie, parts of it, I'm like, I know this is and it is dead on. It's sort of advanced. It doesn't really work.
Nice!
Positive about it. You don't even have to see the first Aquaman. You don't have to see 7 Disney Plus series or have knowledge of this. It's like, hey, there's a guy named Aquaman who talks to fish. He has powers. That's all you need to know. And it is, for me, and Rob is going to get this, it is a 2-hour episode of Super Friends from the 70s and 80s. And I'm not saying for good or bad, it's Super Friends. That's all it is. And they even, at the beginning of the film, they do this sort of, which is a complete ripoff of Thor. It's a complete ripoff of Ant-Man 3, where it's like, hey, I'm Aquaman. Here's my life.
Pretty
I got a
colors.
son. They do the whole, we've seen that in like 3 other movies, right? But then he's talking about battling certain, being involved in certain battles, and he's talking to his son, and you see him literally taking action figures and going like this, right?
Yeah.
So it's a Super Friends live action. Now, James Wan, who I think you know James Wan. I don't know him.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's one of the nicest guys in the world.
Right.
And I will say, I was on the set of the first Saw shooting behind the scenes interviews at Lacey Street Studios. But he's constantly delivered. You know, he went back to his roots and did the first Insidious movie for like $900,000 and became a huge hit. I mean, James Wan is the spirit of independent film. That transitioned and made Furious 7, and now he's doing, he made $1 billion with Aquaman. So he's lived in both worlds.
Yeah, and I'm also involved in a lot of other horror properties as well.
Yeah.
Via Blumhouse.
I mean, the entire Conjuring verse at Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
It's made them a ton of money. It's all James Wan.
Yeah, and it feels very indie. But with this, I just feel like the 7-year-old version of me that used to watch Super Friends on Saturday morning when it was the only day that you could get like a full hours and hours of cartoons in the morning, right? It wasn't like this constant you could just click and see whatever. The 7-year-old in me was like, oh, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I'm kind of having a good time. If you're an adult and you actually use a brain cell or two and watch it, it's incredibly stupid. And I don't even know if
I like warm hugs.
it's just. But look, there's like these giant machines. It's like, how can we just? There's a character named Kingfish that is basically Jabba the Hutt with a bunch of sexy fish women with huge fish tits. #fish tits.
Did you know snowmen are naturally aerodynamic? This will be so much fun!
I'm always happy to go on an adventure.
Hands or feet, and he's like holding his flippers up.
The script is incredibly stupid. It's
I'm ready and raring to go.
James Wan is like, you know what? I just want people to
Let me fly.
Deep breaths. I got this.
I don't know about you, but I'm raring to go.
She just it's weird how she.
Oh yeah. Here goes. What? Yeehaw!
Yeah, she just gets randomly
Hi-ya!
and then she just vanishes.
Look at me!
She was doing lots of stuff.
What?
And then she was like social media.
Whoa! Wait!
She's present. She's present. She doesn't talk to them.
What?
She's not really.
What? That's fun!
Decent villain. Just something they always have. So, it's stupid. Super cartoon. 70s. Live action. That's what James Wan was going for. Achieved it, but it's. And I like the fact that it's not
I know just what to do. How'd I do?
If you see something that's dumb, don't worry. There'll be something twice as dumb in the next scene.
And I don't know why this keeps happening.
What? I call that my finest hour.
You're not being lectured. You're not being lectured.
Yes.
You're not so like. The Marvel movies now are predictable. They're so predictable because they're like, well, that person's not going to die. This woman's going to do this. This guy, they're going to rip the balls off Fury. Like everything is predictable. We know what they're going to do because we
Don't
know
worry, I know
message
just what to do.
pushing. DC's not particularly in
Got me
this movie,
critters that
especially with
need
James
dangling?
Wan, not pushing any particular message other than as you pointed out, during your family. Which I think is a very good message. And also just,
I've read about this. Here goes nothing.
He's in peril.
First one.
Salon! Alley-oop! Stop it!
Exactly right.
Whoa! Wait! You give up? Huh?
Well, I think
to do.
Just never happened. But like 75% less than the original. This is something I think is starting to be it's history.
Here goes.
What?
Yes, not $1 billion film, but it's another to lose, like in the case of Marvel. How much money did that film lose? Like damn near $500 million? Like give or take.
Close. Yeah, I would think so. But like, the budget was $300 million.
Keep to the cards, mate. Always keep to the cards. Warning, I've never felt much incentive to fight fair.
Here's what we can load me with.
This is gonna be a cinch.
Batteries are fully charged.
I'm very fast, you know. Nigh uncatchable. Why not? Just 100%. Yes. What?
And it's like, I love that armored sharks fight seahorses. And it's like, whoa. I thought that was all based in the archives. This film has, with all of the people that had oversight over this, that it's this catastrophically a failure, there's something really wrong with the people making decisions. What's the budget officially for all of that? Oh, I'll bet it's closer.
It's $200 million, I think.
Okay, wait.
I think more than that.
Drinker, do you think if this had come out in place of what?
Why not? What? Yes. There is a reward for this, yes?
Even if it didn't make $1 billion, it was going to make some money. And again, they're not just losing money. Like this is, again, the amount of money that they're spending versus the return that they're not getting. That stuff hurts, man.
Pirates Cove. Anyone who falls by... We have a heading.
$100 million, like that's just a straight up deal. Like there's no recouping that. Like for the most part.
Time for a flight. This will be interesting.
Just to be clear, you all have heard of me, haven't you? Time to go! Sammy?
Yeah, it was. Well, like somebody, like, come on, right? Some type of character, like, really.
Unacceptable. Fire it!
Back in your day,
Hurry! Why not?
I just want to say, Rob, you were showing off since the election.
I got like custom.
I got my Amber Heard glove.
And that's clearly Dr. Reese. Look, here's the thing. I'm going to be a staunch Iron Man.
Yes.
He, again, go back to the time. I believe I was watching the overt explosion of fantasy elements. There was nothing.
You're welcome.
I love this Harryhausen stop motion. And Jason Darkness and stop motion battle with the skeletons. I remember the fight against Talos. Okay, you know. I mean, and clearly James Wan was channeling that idea. And that battle at the end of that movie, I sat in the IMAX theater. I can't believe this movie got made. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now,
Honestly better than an undead monkey.
fit with our age? Probably not. But for me, Chris was talking about a Super Friends cartoon from the 70s, which, by the way, were an hour long. I felt that Iron Man 1 was a stop-motion Ray Harryhausen epic from the late 50s, early 60s. And that's why I liked it.
Yeah, Rob, you're gonna find if you can tap into the child in you that used to watch those early cartoon shows when there was very little superhero entertainment. Now, just like there's so much, we're all over it. I also put in the private chat. I don't know if you want to. Chris D'Elia did this comedy bit that's kind of blown up about Marvel movies that I showed on my show. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Maybe something to look at later, Drinker.
Are you sure you put it in the private chat?
No, not the private chat. Sorry, I put it in the Twitter thread. The Twitter thread. But it's just that, like, I think that Chris D'Elia, whatever he was a comedian, he was canceled or whatever. But like, you know, the normies, as you pointed out, Eric, they're onto it. They're like, we're done. I don't want to be burdened with, you know, having to have seen so many things to understand what's happening in the Marvels. So Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom being, you know, just not connected to anything that you really, it's not even connected to Justice League or anything. And there are no other heroes that are referenced or even discussed in the film. Like no Superman, no like Batman, or like what's happening in Gotham City, nothing. It's all contained in the world of Aquaman, which I think was a smart choice, but too little too late. I mean, this movie's going to bomb worse than the Marvels, especially if you look at like the theaters, they're empty. They're all empty. No one's going to see this.
And it is a shame in some ways, because I know I would rather watch this movie like 5 times over than watch the Marvels again.
Same. There were parts I had a good time, you know, with those big underwater neck things they had and some of the creature designs and.
But it is just this, for me now, the superhero genre is at that point where it's reverting back to where it was 20 years ago, where people who are into comic books, who are into these like superheroes, and they're fans of particular guys, they're still going to watch these movies. But like the normies have moved away now. They're bored of it, and they've moved on to other things.
See, I don't know. I think they've even pushed away hardcore fans. That, you know, like there's so many people that were diehard Star Wars fans that are not even going to touch the Star Wars stuff coming out now because of the insult and just desecration that they did to these properties. So I think it's even worse. I think it's worse than what it was back then.
Well, I do think that we're one great film away from the revitalization of a franchise. You know, one great movie.
Well, I mean,
that's what I'd ask
look at
you.
House of the Dragon. the Dragon. That kind of revitalized.
Well, I
And then
think
when it comes to movies,
that's a
you might need
limited
to-
franchise though, because you had Game of Thrones and you got House of the Dragon. It's like literally two things. That's all you got.
Yeah.
But like with say Marvel for example, if they like I don't know, say Deadpool 3 was fucking incredible, and like we just all had a great time with that. Is the MCU now going to come back to its former glory?
I mean, no, but also look at the examples of Guardians 3. Many people described that as great. I didn't think so, but at the same time, many people felt like, oh, that's another fantastic one. Didn't make a dent in superheroes like as a whole crashing and burning. I don't think if the MCU was to truly be revived, how many great movies would I think truly great? I think it might be 3, and it might be in a row too.
Yeah.
Like you
And
have
one of them would have to be an Avengers movie.
You're
right, Baller, because the thing is the MCU has given us a lot of we're deep into I think of all the franchises. I mean, whether think about Bond. I mean, there's only 25 official James Bond movies, and I think the MCU is 10 movies beyond that in half the time.
Not including the Disney Plus shows.
No, we don't even include those things, and Star Wars too. But I do think what these companies, what's interesting to me, is you have corporate entities that have bought these franchises. Star Wars. I mean, remember, people forget the MCU started in Paramount, and then it went over to Disney. And what I think the real problem here is that once a corporate entity owns something, they don't understand that there's good and bad Star Wars. They only know that there's a brand, the way Coca-Cola is a brand. No one thinks, well, this Coca-Cola thing doesn't work, even though Coca-Cola tries to stamp it. They released an AI-generated Coke this year, believe it or not. It was only okay. But I tried it.
Stamped all over it.
But
Hang on. In my defense, I like good AI art. There's a lot of sliding crap out there.
It's true. But the thing is, like, a corporation does not delineate between good and bad Star Wars. It doesn't have the apparatus to do so. They just think Star Wars, we bought Star Wars, it's a brand. And if it sells or not, they don't know why. Which is part of the problem of the upper echelons of Wall Street doing business in something that's essentially the arts. Because there's nothing on spreadsheets that accounts for good and bad storytelling or art. And that's where we're at. That's the problem that you can't throw money at a bad a problem where writing or the people writing it is bad. They look at a spreadsheet of people and how much they made in their previous projects. And it's, oh, well, let's hire one of them and they'll make our product better based on their projects. It doesn't work like that, but corporations don't know it. And that's the problem we're at now. Hollywood is no longer art and commerce. It's just commerce, and they don't understand the art part of it because it doesn't. You can't spreadsheet great storytelling as much as people want to.
I mean, Hollywood seems to think like a success is not a good film. A success is a film that makes money, and so they thought, like, honestly, I think a lot of them thought, you know, if we push this more progressive woke messaging in film, that'll increase the accessibility of our product and make more people like it and be more profitable. But they're not learning from it now. Now that doesn't seem like they care about profits because they're being infested by ideologues who want to push the message.
Which has never been a part of storytelling anyway. So it's funny that that's something that people want to focus on.
It's when the money, like when you've got so much money involved, I suppose that is what they focus on now. It's weird.
Well, I think they almost felt like they couldn't fail, you know? They probably think a lot of the Marvel stuff that they made, I get the feeling their higher-ups, the executives, don't like any of it, even the great stuff. They probably think, you know, Infinity War is just superhero crap that nerds like, right? And so I don't think they understand what actually made a good Marvel film, a good Star Wars film and stuff. It's just all crap to them, and they felt like, well, the normies, the nerds, they're just eating up this dog crap anyway, so we can just feed them dog crap with our message involved, and they'll keep consuming it. I think they realize it doesn't work.
Well, I think in the case of Marvel, a lot of people point to Ike Perlmutter being forced out as the point where the the MCU started to decline, because that's when Kevin Feige had free reign to control everything, and it's starting to come out that, I guess, Kevin Feige is not the creative genius that he was built up as. And when you don't have someone like Perlmutter there to hold them in check and keep some of the message out of things, this is what you end up with, and it's not great. And yeah, that's I guess part of the problem that they had.
I mean, and it seems like, I'm not sure how much of a revolutionary he was. He just seemed like he understood some real basic common sense things, like girls don't buy action figures. It shouldn't take a genius to kind of understand that. There's a vein of truth in that being said. But, oh, that's misogynistic. We got to get rid of him. To realize, oh, what? There's a consuming difference between men and women, and men consume more often predominantly one type of thing, and women. But no, that's problematic. This has got to get out. And I just find it interesting how simple you actually need things to be to get it to be successful, like traditional classic heroism. You know, there's a really simple line that really elevates the show for me. I think it's in episode 3, where the character is trying to learn a new technique and is not giving up. So there's one simple positive thing that we already kind of mentioned. The characters that never give up, even in the face of failure, that's endearing. It's such a simple, like, plot device to use that can really elevate a show. And then the character, he voices his motivation. He says, "A man who can't protect the things he cares about isn't a man at all." It's just a simple little truth that actually resonates a lot with a lot of guys. It's a line of classic heroism that lifts the show a lot, and it shouldn't be hard to understand. But it seems like it's still beyond so many people in Hollywood.
Well, it's almost like because we've had so little of this for so long now, like the classic storytelling, the simple hero's journey. It's almost like everyone is now primed and ready for it to come back. And when people start doing it again, it's like, well, okay, you've got a whole audience that might have been a little bit bored of it 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Now, because they don't get it anymore, it's like, yeah, we're ready for it now. I don't know. That's me playing like 4D chess with Hollywood, which clearly they're not doing, but yeah.
I think once you've seen that they double down as many times as they have, I think that's enough for, I think people got to be realists about it and just understand that they are committed to their retardation. That's just the bottom line.
Sheer determined retardation.
Yeah, they're committed to it. Because it's one thing to make a mistake and then make it, okay, maybe even a second time. To do it over and over with multiple franchises, it tells you how committed it is that they are. And to everybody's point here, I do believe that audiences are right now for, in all facets of entertainment, that type of a story being told. I just don't think that it's going to largely be, let's say this, if there is to be a creative renaissance, which I do believe can happen, it's just not going to come from the mainstream. I just don't think they have the capabilities of doing it. I think everything that we see will be in isolation, but they just don't, you bring up great points that the fact that, they are tied to these mega corporations, and the people that are in charge don't really even like this shit. Like the guy, like Taika Waititi, I mean, he is such a interesting character in that he can flat out say he's not into this shit and be a director of a franchise. That's remarkable to me, like that. But it's that's par for the course in the same respects. I think that's what the industry is. It's a bunch of people that don't actually like this stuff, and in fact, they're very, very spiteful. I think that we spoke about it a little bit earlier. When you talk about the bastardization of these legendary characters that are really a part of like American culture at this point, like Batman and all these characters transcend comics. And when you watch a film or read a comic book and you see that they're not themselves, I think the creatives, using that term very loosely, are just so spiteful that they're going out of their way to do that type of thing. There's something wrong with what exists. Like the heifer that said the bit